Hi, I'm Liam Dillon. I'm a trained chef. I've worked in Michelin-starred establishments in my career. In 2017, I purchased the boat, and this channel is all about showing you behind the scenes what we do, our versus events, our recipes, the micro farm, and all the things that go into running a restaurant. Subscribe, follow our journey, and I hope you enjoy the video. Right, today we're back in the boat kitchen and we're going to be showing you how to break down a crab, live crab, get all the beautiful meat from it, how to treat it in the best way possible. First of all, we're going to chill these down, we're going to ice the crabs, and by icing them it kind of sets them into a dormant mode essentially. And when in the dormant stage, then we'll put a knife through the head. It's the quickest way, the most humane way of doing it, and after that we're going to boil them. And then once you've done that, break it down, show you different parts to look for. The most of the meat comes from the claw. We work with Flying Fish Seafood down south, a fantastic company, heavily on their sustainability. They'll always tell us what's available and what's not, and what we should be working with and what we shouldn't be working with. So these are male crabs. So you can see they're males from the flap underneath. They don't fish females because of the reproduction of the species. Here, if that was female, this flap here will be a lot larger. Any other interesting fact we can tell you about the crabs? Walk sideways. In my research, it is the most humane way of doing it. The way now we have the micro farm and how I want to make sure all the animals are looked after and only have one bad day in their life. It extends to not just the big beasts you can see there, but also, you know, crabs, fish. Our ethos is very much the same across the board. Don't damage any carrots either. In another video, we're going to be doing a crab risotto. So cooking the crabs in this manner is the best, I feel, for using risotto. You want nice chunks of white meat. So we're just going to go straight through the head, between the eyes, and down. And this one as well. So now straight into boiling water. Just going to boil them for 8 minutes. And then we're going to take them out and let them just steam and just dry off and cool down. Bit of ice in the fridge and they'll be cooled down nice and quickly. Some people think they scream or cry when they're being cooked or being boiled, but it's just the air coming out of the joints. You don't always hear it, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But Mum still thinks it's them screaming and crying. Once she was in a restaurant and the next course was a lobster course, and live lobster, and they were going to kill it in front of them, and she started crying. I said, no, put it back. So Dad didn't get any lobster either. Boiled, ready to go, so he's going to come out. I'll get some ice on them. Ice these down and then in the fridge now to cool right down. And then when they're really nice and cold, then we'll start to break them. We need that protein to reset in there. If you start hacking away them when they're warm, it's just going to be a hot mess. All right, I'll see you later. 2 cold crabs. We're always going to work on ice, but we want to keep it cold while you're working through them. So the most amount of meat is in the claws. In the head is white meat, a bit more tricky, which we'll go through, and the brown meat is up in here as well. And the legs, these larger legs, you can get lovely pieces of meat through with no sinew or anything, no cartilage. Claws off first. So we're going to strip it down into the areas first of all. Take the tips of the legs off. And so we're going to keep those to one side, we're going to roast those, grind them down, we'll use those for our bisques, our sauce, our fish sauce. See the legs come off, and same on the other side. So in order to get the meat out of the head, you'll get access to the head. You put your thumb on the back, and then you're just going to gently tap the front and push it forward and it will just pop out. So like that. So gently, but yeah. Brown meat, all the head meat. Go into here. Right, and then from that, you're going to then start breaking down. Start with the big guys because that's going to give you the most reward. The best tip about preparing crabs is to use somebody else's knife because it takes a lot of a beating. So unfortunately, I've got to use mine. But if you're at home or in a kitchen, if you're in the kitchen, rob somebody else's knife. Okay, so a lot of stuff you can do by hand, and again it goes back to making sure there's no shell going into the meat. So just start at it by breaking it apart really. Something you don't need to smash up. I've seen people fall off hammers smashing it up. There's really no point. There's this part of the claw here, you can get the back of the spoon to clear this area out, and here Other than that, there's no more meat in it. There's no point cracking it open because you're not going to get any more meat out of it. So in here, you go in and just remove it like this. These spoons, ones we have in the kitchen, are brilliant for this. The perfect size to get into all the nooks and crannies of the crab. So there, that's all out of that claw. That piece is sorted. This one is a bit trickier because there's nodes on the claw. If you remove this one here, it takes the strength away from the claw, and then you should be able to take it by hand. So just in there, back of the knife, so it's the blunt part of the knife, and then that's just taking that little nodule off there, and then we can just crack it there and remove it. And there's no smashing, there's no excess shell going anywhere. And then this piece here, again, back of the spoon, we try to not pass any shell on. It does happen sometimes. And these are the cartilage that hold the joints together. The top of the claw, the most interesting and funnest bit, I think. I'd say I usually call it a bit the thumb, because it's the bit that moves on the claw. I'm just going to break that backwards, just to crack it away. Be careful if anything does come off, take it off yourself before it falls into anything. And then rock it forward and you bring out the little bit. This bit you do have to crack because you can't get that amount of meat out of that hole or this hole, so you do have to go into it. But it's almost like cracking a coconut. You just do it all around, lots of little taps, and then it kind of just starts to break it down. If you go in just hammering it, it's going to push against the meat, and you're going to hard to find it. There we go. We're through, cracked through, and we're just going to remove that like that. Cartilage has been removed from here. We took the thumb out, and there's another piece of cartilage that runs through the middle of the claw. So we're just removing the white meat that's attached to that cartilage. So you see this now. And then trying to find like that bit of shell in between lovely white meat is literally a needle in a haystack. So by doing it in this process, it mitigates a lot of that. And you can hear it as well when you're working on the crab and you hear like this little sound, you're like, stop, and then, you know.
That's the sound to look out for.
Yeah, exactly. And even more so when you go into the head of the crab and you're working in these little cells, that's when you need to be really listening to what you're doing. So these bits here, they're a bit metallic, but I actually quite like the flavour of them. A lot of people discard that bit, but I think it's quite very strong. That's 2 claws, that's quite a lot of meat. So then the largest part of the legs, need to open these bits up a little bit. Little knuckle, we'll keep that for the sauce, but we're just going to take that centre piece. So we need to come down here. Got to be careful with this bit, you've got to use the sharpest point in the knife, unfortunately. Little crack, and then crack it to one side, and then you've opened up both sides, which allows you to then push the meat out. And you should get a nice little sausage of white crab meat. Just a lovely piece like that. Just a little bit more in there. So down, crack, take it off. Down, crack, take it off. That lovely piece of meat there. They can flake down. There's no cartilage in there, nothing. That's just pure meat. And then we're on to the head of the crab. In here we have these guys here, the dead man's fingers. They're essentially filtration for the crab. Not advised to eat those. So that's the only thing in the crab to get rid of and not incorporate into anything really.
Very pirate that name, isn't it?
Yeah. A lot of people cut this to have access to it, but I'd rather not cut it because the more cuts you make, the more chance there are of putting the shell into the meat. So I try and do it methodically, and so there's less chance of having to try and go and find that shell again. The knuckles I've taken off that connect the legs to the head, they need to come out like this. There are some bits of meat on there that can be added to the pile. Once these knuckles are out, you expose the cavities in the head. And you can see all these kind of like chambers through there. Back of the spoon, just go in there and just gently start agitating the meat really. If you start going in too hard, you'll hear that cracking sound, the crunching sound, which is almost like you're breaking these very delicate cartilage. I think it's important for my guys in the kitchen to know, when you come to this kitchen, we do everything, we show you everything. I want people to leave here knowing how to do basic skills, and this is, for me, this is a basic skill. Once we've cleared the meat out of this side, I'll demonstrate what the bad sound is, because that's really what you want to steer clear of. I can really see now those cells that have been exposed all through here. See that? And Look, if you can see that, Max, I can show you. I'll push the spoon back and spoon through one of these cells and you'll hear the noise. So that crack there, and you can see that very fine piece of cartilage. And it's not as detrimental as having a piece of the shell, because the shell will hurt someone's teeth, but it's still not pleasant to have that cartilage in your meal. So we try our best to go through it. I think crab, I'd say, is probably one of my favourite produce or ingredients to use. So versatile, you know, it's delicious. You can do so much with it. You can incorporate it into lots of different things. You can eat a hot dish, a cold dish. So that's the head done. So you've got about 2 tablespoons of meat from the head, from all those chambers, these cells either side of it. So that's how we take down a crab here at the boat. So you've got the brown crab, white crab meat from the claw, legs, and then the head. And just pressing against the tray on ice, just pressing against the tray, just for any shell or cartilage. You use gloves for this, but it's just for me and Max, so we're gonna, I don't mind. You don't mind, Max? It's quite a tedious job. Sometimes you can hear it as well, because it's on metal, you can hear like a little scratch. So once it's picked through, check there's no shell in it, I'm gonna pack this away. Cool, right. This is a Plaice. This was caught 2 days ago. We need to remove the dark skin, because the dark skin's not very nice to eat. So I'm just gonna score just this down the bottom where we're not really gonna be damaging any portions. An old school method, if you're doing a lot of these, trying to skin them, is dipping your fingers in salt so you've got grip on a slimy fish. God, I'm not doing well at this at all. Take a cloth so you've got the grip, and you're gonna take the fillet off. Might be too fresh. As easy as that. My only excuse is that it's a very fresh fish. Right. Now, how you tear off the skin. Right, we're gonna fillet it now. So you've got a line down the middle. You can see that line down the middle. Same on this side, you follow the head. I'm gonna follow the head round to the middle and then come all the way down, like this. Nice little flexible knife. All the way down. And then flip her over, and you can see that line that runs all the way down. Just gonna follow that line. Join that up there. Okay, Dove, one more chicken. Look, out. Good lad. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Fillets off, and then if you want to use this for stock, there's a little bloodline in there. You just cut that, score that, wash all that out, take the dark fins off, and you've got a lovely skeleton for stock. So we're gonna skin this one. First of all, take the last bit out for it. So you've got the white skin on this side. So yes, we could keep that on and grill it, but for the purpose of this dish, we're gonna take it off. So run your finger down the side where the skirt is, just to kind of get that away from the fillet and off the skin, and then just start pulling the skin towards you as you cut. Cut the top off there. Again, just can use the sauce. Just take that skirt off the side, because it will just hinder the knife if you try and mess about there. Because the size of the pan, we're going to chop these down a little bit. As a portion, you'd probably do 3. We're going to cook these. Lovely. Lobster, lovely lobster. This little fella, half a kilo lobster. We need to look after shellfish. This guy needs to be taken care of because he's starting to lose power, which isn't a good thing. So we're going to do the most humane way we can. Straight through the head, it's what I've been taught. And it's been in the fridge, so nice and dormant. There's a cross on the back of the head, which will go straight through the brain, and then it's out of pain. Might be some twitching, but it's dead, finished, see you later, and it's the quickest way. And in my eyes, the most humane way. So we're going to boil it, because this recipe needs the lobster to be cooked. Grill it, chill it, take that shell, and then kind of put back in the shell, dress, gratinate it. First things first, we're going to go straight through the head. Sorry, fella. So done, finished, through the brain, Finished. So we're gonna boil this ½ kilo lobster, salted water, at 5-6 minutes. Then we're gonna put it into ice water, let it chill out. While it's chilling in the ice, before we prepare it, we'll make the sauce and a lovely salad. In you go. Fully submerged. And a lot of reason why people boil lobsters from raw, and it's very much frowned upon, is because you don't want the water to get into the meat and dilute the flavour of the meat. But it's not the best way of treating the animal, so we're not doing it that way. 5 minute on. These days you've got the guys running around the kitchen and be like, hey Siri, 5 minute timer. Who the fuck are you talking to? It's funny.
I just set a 5 minute timer on my laptop.
Did I?
Yeah.
Hey Siri, turn off. Boily. Prep that down. Right, allow it to boil. And then we'll wait for a bit and dance. It's a shame, isn't it?
What?
For the old lobsters. Right, so lobster out. Into ice. Reserve this guy. We can let him chill out. We're going to take the head of the lobster and we're going to break the back of the head. I'll load myself. We're going to scrape out the head of the lobster to use in the sauce. While the cream is coming to the boil and reducing and infusing, and it's going to pick up a little more body to it, we're going to get the meat out of the lobster. So we're going to cut this in half, this tail, and you take the meat out of it with a nice sharp knife. And then we can also remove any entrail that's in the centre of the lobster as well. Any coral that's in the top of the lobster we can add to the sauce. And then we're going to take the claws. Take the meat out the claw. So you just need to make sure with the claw meat when it comes out that there's no cartilage in the centre, because it's quite common to have the cartilage in there. The thumb, I call it, of the lobster claw. If you give it a wiggle and snap it and bring it over itself, then you should be able to gently bring both parts of the cartilage out at the same time. Knuckles are difficult. You can do them with scissors or the back of a spoon. Use the back of a spoon to bring that bit out. Don't waste that meat, it's all good meat. These shells, once they've been cooked, flavour it in these parts of the shells, not much going on with them, to be totally honest with you. In the restaurant, we'll roast these shells and crush them down, and then that crushed mix can go in. So the shell's quite soft on a lobster, so you can be able to just cut them with a knife and just lift these lovely nuggets of meat out. Like crab and the shellfish, the less cuts you'd make, the better. There's less chance of having shell everywhere if you're breaking it down. And we have got a crab breaking down video on the YouTube channel if you want to check it out. Use a cloth as well, just makes it a bit easier, a bit cleaner to work. So then with the lobster tails, again, you can use the back of a spoon to lift the tail out. And we're going to reserve the shell because classically a thermidor is back in the shell. Check the sauce. Okay, it's picking up a nice amount of body now, that cream is. Okay, so now we have our lobster. We can just take it down into chunks, and then we're going to reserve it for when the sauce is ready. We'll leave the claws whole because they'd be quite nice to go to salad. We've got the shell here, which we're going to use to present the thermidor back in. We've got all the dice of meat, and then we've got the 2 claws as well.